like these two, aren't they?
My dad left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to Ma or me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him because he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought it was quite a joke, and it got lots of laughs from a lot of folks. It seems I had a fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, some gal would laugh and I'd bust his head. But your life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, my fists got hard and my wits got keen. I'd roam from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a man of the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill the man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I'd just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, and there at a table dealing studs sat the dirty mangy dog named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mama had had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I winked at him and my blood ran cold. Said, my name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die. Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we cracked, and then I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, but I pulled my purse. He stood there looking at me, and I saw him smile. And he said, son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough. I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I'll give you that name when I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that's helped to make you strong. He said, you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you've got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm that son of a that named you Sue. I got all choked up, but I threw down my gun. I called him my pa and he called me his son, and I come away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I'm gonna call him Phil or George or anything but Sue. Damn, I still hate that name.